Experience 21st century learning. Experience friendships that last a lifetime. Experience the world through international opportunities at West Virginia State University. Experience a dynamic learning environment with over 80 areas of study, intimate class sizes, and affordable tuition. West Virginia State University. Experience the power of education.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner here on the campus of West Virginia State University. I'm your host, Lee France. Fans, it's now time to meet Yellow Jackets quarterback Ricky Phillips. Ricky, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for being here. First of all, tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got into football, where you come from, what part of the world, what part of West Virginia, just to get to know you a little bit.
I'm from Huntington, West Virginia. I grew up in the Westmoreland area, went to Spring Valley High School, and actually my senior year played at Huntington High School. So, and after that, and went on to college, and moved away from home and did all that good stuff. But I started playing football when I was about 5 years old, and it's been a part of my life ever since.
Who got you involved in football? Was it your parents? Was it an uncle? Who got you started?
It was my dad. Yeah, he's a big football fan, a big football guy, and my mom, of course, being that young, didn't want me to actually be out there playing and hitting other guys and doing that stuff at that young of an age. But I got into it, and I really liked it, really enjoyed it. I actually got hurt in my very first year playing, fractured my shoulder, so made it worse for Mom. but I just kept playing and just really enjoyed it, and I've done it for a long time now.
Your bio, if we pull that up, and we'll see that it says West Virginia University and then Kentucky Christian. Tell me a little bit about your travels there, that decision-making process, and then your ultimate decision to kind of come back closer to home here at Institute and play for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, right out of high school, I went to WVU, and I think at that point in time I was just a bit immature, irresponsible. Wasn't able to do everything like I was supposed to do, and so then I went to Kentucky Christian University, a little more controlled environment, and I was there and was able to get things back on track, and then. Looking for a place to play and finish out, and West Virginia State seemed like a good fit. Not far from home, so if a family wants to come, watch me play, then they could do that.
You see that your role in the first 4 games have been mostly coming off the bench, but you have packages installed for you on the offense. Tell me a little bit about how you handle your role as you could be the number 1 quarterback, your number 2 quarterback. It really doesn't matter, it seems, in this offense.
Yeah, I feel like each week I just have to prepare myself to go into the game. So no matter what the situation, I always have to be ready. I want to get in there and be able to do what I've been coached to do, and be able to perform and to help this team, spark the team any way possible to go out there and just help these guys so we can try to get a win.
Tell me a little bit about your relationship with Robert Jackson. Again, you guys could be 1 or 2. It's not really it's a battle, I know, in coming into spring, the summer, things of that nature. But what's your relationship like with Robert? It's probably got to be pretty tight, being the number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks. Yeah,
we have a good relationship. We get along well. It's not one of those situations where we're wanting the other one to do anything wrong. We try to help each other out and root for one another, So I want him to do well, and I'm sure he feels the same for me. So it's a pretty good relationship between the two of us.
Right now, the team's got off obviously to a rough start, no wins yet. But in conference play and the way the conference is shaken out, you at least could, in these last 5 games, if you could finish strong, you'd still have a pretty decent record, something to hang your hat on. Talk about the way the team has started and where you think, hopefully, the team would finish.
It's definitely been a rough start. Nobody likes to start the season off winless, 0-4 right now. So really we just have to, as a team, I think the guys we've stuck together. We're playing hard. I think everybody's going out there and they're trying hard. Nobody's giving up. Nobody's quitting, which is always a good sign, because if you go 0-4, a team can easily fall apart, and people can just give up on the season. But that's not been the case. So if we just continue to gel. I mean, we're pretty young, so if we just continue to gel and work hard, then I think we could possibly we could run the table, make some noise, and it could actually end up being a pretty successful season.
Yeah, you have now in your mind, who do you think, maybe even a group of guys, if you can think of who's doing a good job for you guys, and maybe not getting the recognition that you see?
Well, I think our special teams has been really good on kickoff return. They've done a good job of getting us great field position, and it's up to the offense, obviously, to capitalize on that. And thus far, we've not done it as much as what we'd like to do. But yeah, those guys, I mean, they're out there on kick return, making blocks. They're doing well, and also a field goal. I mean, against Concord, I mean, two good, nice long field goals that our kicker made, and obviously, punting, being able to pin teams deep in their own territory. So I think special teams has been a bright spot thus far in the season. So hopefully those guys continue to do well, and defense and offense, we can pick it up and get it going.
Can you explain what just one win could do for this team, or are you afraid that because of the youth on the team, this is maybe a learning experience year?
I believe that I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe that if we get that one win, it'll bring a lot of confidence to those young guys. They'll see. I mean, because they've already 4 games. They're not. It's not their first time anymore. So I think if we get a win, I think it'll really boost everybody's confidence. Because like I said, nobody's quitting. Everybody's playing hard. And so I think that maybe could possibly get the ball rolling downhill and help us to move forward.
Let me ask you, who gave you the most valuable piece of information, or the valuable piece of football information that you kind of use day to day now?
It's actually been three people. Okay. Actually. My dad, obviously, and my Uncle Mike and Uncle Kenny. And then obviously, Mom, she's always there for support, in case they get on to me too much. But I mean, they've just really been like a rock in my life. Anytime that I've done things wrong or got off track, they've always been there, and always had the right things to say to me to get me back on track. So I mean, it's what they've done for me is invaluable. I mean, I couldn't even explain it in words.
Right. Ricky, we enjoy watching you week in and week out on the football field, and continued success, even though there's no wins right yet. Just continued success with the Yellow Jackets. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
We'll come right back, fans, after this short timeout, and catch up with offensive coordinator Kip Shaw here on Suddenlink Channel 22, West Virginia State Coach's Corner.